Hi, this is Sherry from Twisted Granny Tarot. Thanks for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. And the Tarot sign the zodiac sign we're working for tonight is called Taurus. No, it's It's Sagittarius. I guess I've been too busy of a day. But anyway, we're going to read cards in a horoscope pattern for Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is a fire sign, and it's opposite of Gemini, and they're generally speaking said to be happy-go-lucky and fun people to be around. Okay, all right. So if you don't know what an astrology card reading looks like, this is my version. Okay, my version is use a diagram from a horoscope and lay down the cards in each one of these 12. The Babylonians call them houses. Okay, so your second house is all about your money. Your third house is all about communication. Your fourth house is about your home. Your sixth house is about work. Seventh house is marriage partnerships and business partnerships. So what happens is we get a little picture in these various departments, and we get to shine a flashlight in there, see what's going on. Maybe you're missing something. Maybe you're not. So, but it's good to just illuminate situations. Okay. So, all right, I'm going to shuffle. I'm going to cut. And then we are going to proceed. First, I got to say a little prayer. Okay, this is good. Hallelujah, brother. Let me have the good news. Thanks. How do you? Okay, so we're going to. All right, first house. Now, if this is a horoscope, an actual horoscope, yes, it would be about, this card would all be about self-appearance. But because we're doing a card reading, it really changes the title of that number one house to what your mind is spending most of its time thinking about. Excuse me. Look. You Sagittarius out there, look at this. Look at what you got on your first house. So, some of y'all out there have fabulous love affairs to concentrate on and look forward to, because that's what this says is going on in your head today. You got a spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend that you really like. Second house is your own money. Doesn't look hard. Look who lives here. The Empress. The Empress is the queen of all the queens. She has more power, more authority than the Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords, all those. And so this would indicate that she is well off, or at least she's not poor. Okay? It's the third most powerful card in the deck. It's in its hierarchy, it's number 3. So what it means here is this Empress exhibits all the feminine qualities that she wants to broadcast, which is our number 1. She's making clothes for her family, or stringing yarn. She's also pregnant. Her hands are busy. She has a crown on. She has a scarf on to make sure she doesn't get cold sitting out there winding up her yarn. And she's comfortable. She has her hobbies. She's comfortable. How about that? Let's see if we can keep this going. Okay? Shove that under there. This is what I call what the books call a significator, because it signifies a person who is a fire sign. Because Wands governs fire and Wands governs business. Third house, communication. Well, we got a money card here. Besides money, what do you think of? Oh, no, dear. Okay, third house, it's a communication card. Communication between yourself and family members, yourself and siblings, conversations on the telephone that you have with friends and bosses and colleagues, that kind of thing. Or it could be this. Ready? This is money. Money in your communication house. So are you an outside salesman? Are you a salesman at all of any kind? Because if conversation works into money, that might be what you do for a living, or close enough. Okay? But look, something's going on and your sales or your satisfaction has decreased. These people are not happy. And it might just be a reflection of the politics that's out there on the street. So we're going to lay these here and we're going to let them sit tight while we continue. Fourth house is your home. But now I got another queen here. So already then, so a lot of conversation. She's a swords governs conversation, well, and intellect and telephone calls and that kind of thing. But now we're in your house of home. So somebody in there likes to talk a lot. And somebody in there likes to talk about what to do with the money and what not to do with the money. Now, this is a card with a woman on it, but it doesn't necessarily make it the woman who's the talky one, who's the conversational one. This could be a man, but it pictures a woman, but that's okay. These are interchangeable. It's just a person in your house, probably talks a lot, and she's very intelligent. And sadly for you, she's probably right a lot of the time. And what else goes on inside the house is what is decided about what goes on, what furniture goes in the house, where the garage is. Do you have a basement? Just this guy is paying bills. He's paying bills, giving his kids money, giving the electric company its share of your paycheck, and that is what's going on there. Now, if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth house is recreation and romance and fun. So what we have here is kind of folks. This fella is carrying a burden. He's carrying a burden. He's trudging off to home, or he's trudging off to the castle to pay his respects to the king. But you know what? Even though you might be in the midst of a lovely love affair in your fifth house of romance, right now, it seems like there's such a burden on your time and your funds that you work all the time. You work all the time. So in order to nurture your housemates and your beloved, you need to take some time off. Maybe you don't know when, but I'd say soon, because this is your house of fun. Does that look like fun? Okay. Sixth house of work and health. This fella is concentrating deeply on his ability to practice his art or his philosophy or his duties at work until they're perfect. Because that's what this Sag wants. He wants perfect compliance for his boss, okay, and for himself, because this may not be true for all Sages. However, some of them want to be diligent and hardworking. I've been told. And most of you, I also have been told Sages are a lot of fun. So you need to go back to the fun department. Otherwise, what? We like you when you're fun. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this is marriage partnerships and business partnerships. Are you about to embark upon a love affair and you're like going to make the next step? Like move in together? How do you like that? You may or may not have been married before. Okay? This card may be called the Fool. However, this person is not a fool. It's a person who lacks a little bit of experience in the trail he is pursuing. So he's just he thinks he's out on a walk. Doesn't have any destination in mind. He just wanted to make sure he brought his little dog and his lunch and his music so he could entertain himself while he's on the road. Now, in the meantime, his feet are about to step off this cliff. So if there were a reference to a fool in here, that would be it, because he's not paying any attention to where his feet are going. Now, meaning that if a person jumps into a cohabitation situation too soon, it will fizzle and y'all won't get the total benefit out of the affair. Now, I don't want to call it an affair, but the love affair, the mutual admiration society you and another person have together. Okay? So, what? It's look before you leap, actually, is what it means. Look before you leap. So, you want a lover? Look before you leap. I think you're on the verge of something big. But right now, you're working too much. Okay? Seventh house. Eighth house is money from other people. Money from other people means income tax check, inheritance check, insurance check, lawsuit check. Well, look, what's this guy doing? What? It looks like to me he's standing at the top in the turret of a castle, and he's just watched his boats leave to bring back. Maybe it's like he's Columbus, but he's decided to wait this voyage out, and he wants his boats to bring back A, B, C, and D: riches, gold, silver, uh, food, those kinds of things. And but he knows that these voyages are going to take a long time. So the short story for you is there may be money in your future from lawsuits or inheritance or insurance, those kind of topics, but it won't be anytime soon. We have to wait because we have to wait for the timing. We're not in charge of timing on here. Somebody else is. So the opportunities for unearned income are there, just not available today. So look for one in several years. It's just going to happen. Okay? 7, 8. This is 9, right? 1, 2. Yeah, ninth house is philosophy, religion, higher education, and long distance travel. Now look what happened here. This is just a person who's daydreaming about all the things that she wants to have, but she doesn't have yet. So, or it could be a man. So this person is dreaming about a new jewelry and a new house and a pet dragon. Who wouldn't want one of those? And so they're unrealistic fantasies almost, things you dream about. So now let's get back down here to the ninth house, which is philosophy, religion, higher education, and travel. So you want to travel. You would like to get more information. You would about your favorite topic. You would like to go to the mountains or Europe, and it can be done. Except there apparently are some situations that need to be nailed down, because this is all in the dream stage. Okay, this is all in the dream stage. So nail it down. Won't take too long. Okay, 9, 10, 10,000. Oh God, looky here. Now listen. This 1, 2, 3, 4 is not a nice person. The emperor is always viewed as an unwanted guest. The conversation around tarot tables is the emperor can be compared to the teacher you had in high school that turned your homework back into you and wrote do over on it. Now, that is not putting him on a popular trajectory, right? That's why nobody likes him, because he makes sure you do what you are supposed to do right. So, at any stage in life, some people have learned X up until that point, and in your particular life, you need. And if you're looking for a job and a woman or a man, do what they tell you. Do what they tell you. Do what the boss says. Do what your wife says. Do what your husband says. With thought. But as long as he's up there in your 10th house, there's some okay. Because this is the 10th house card, maybe the only way to get rid of this emperor is to quit your job and go somewhere else. Because I can't tell you right now that this person is going to change his stripes or is going to quit or move to another company or let somebody buy him out or whatever in the world. So kind lady, kind folks out there, be aware. That is not a pleasant thing, and you might be willing to explore other opportunities in making money. All right, 11th house is long-term plans. Long-term plans and, friends from previous employers. Long-term plans. So what this hermit, look at him, he's got the equivalent of a medieval flashlight, right? It's a lantern. And he holds it out in front of him so he can see where he's going and others will follow. So they're long. So if you want to have a long-term plan, start now. Start now. Start now figuring out what that plan is. And what's the other part of it? Long-term plans and, people from previous employers. So if you feel like you want to get rid of this nasty person, and if he's your boss or she's your boss, you can call friends that from an employer you had X amount of time ago. Call them up and call the people up you met there. Say, how are you doing? How's your place doing? Are you happy there? Do you have any appointments? Do you have any availability for somebody who does what I do? Well, what do you do? Yakety, 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 yak. Okay? So start exploring. It can't hurt. I mean it. It can't hurt. Just don't tell your boss what you're doing. No. Nobody needs to know. 12. Okay. This is your 12th house. It's what you think about when you go to sleep at night. When you try to go to sleep at night. Now this is like a decision-making card. And in this decision, we can see that it's 50-50 because the tightrope walker is balancing two balls, I guess, on this tightrope with his hands. So if you want to go to sleep, don't start thinking about your project for tomorrow. If you want to go to sleep, you didn't ask me, but I'm going to tell you right now, count your blessings. Count your blessings. I promise you, there are people right down the street from you who have less than you who count their blessings. Anyway, it makes people feel less lonely, less poverty-stricken, less terror from being poor, because you count your blessings. And believe it or not, that will lift a weight off you that is miraculous, and you'll be able to go to sleep. Now, what is this? So you think about money all the time. Do you ever have enough money? Okay. Now let me ponder this. Oh, look at him. This is, I need another one. Oh my goodness. Okay. This is a card where the guy, you're thinking about money all the time. Then what did I pull? This one. So you're making judgments about your money. And because these two look like you may consider a change of job, this is a judgment. Now, you don't have to change your job. You can decide to stay. However, the door is cracked open a little bit for all y'all Sages to take a peek of who's hiring on the street for your type of talent. Okay? And now what do we have? The sun. So, kind people out there, I can't say that changing jobs is a bad idea. Just make sure that you research the new employer. Find out what they paid the last guy or what they're paying the guy now. And do your darndest to strut your stuff during your interview. Okay? So, what do you think? So, I think you should proceed with the plans. It doesn't mean you have to decide to leave. It just means you need to proceed with your plans of researching alternate employment because you want to. Here's a guy who's okay. You're a strong candidate, and this guy is he's perfecting his skills. That's what he's doing there. This guy's obviously at work, and he is perfecting his skills. So there you go. So good luck to you all, and I think that you have a great future ahead of you. Really, these are just cards I wanted more information on. They're called modifiers. So when I got to this one, well, I had to pick up that one because I didn't want to leave you hanging with this. Oh, so this is a good card. Oh, this is the Sun. How does it get any better than that? And not only that, you got the Strength card. So you're good at interviews and you're good at your job. Okay, and this is a person who's polishing his craft. All right, I I'm happy with that. Are you happy with that? So thanks for joining me tonight on Twisted Granny Tarot. I enjoyed talking with you, and I hope we can do this again for the month of May. Thank you. Mwah! Talk to you soon. Bye.